Hey, there's Donovan Hylton coming right back at you, coming right back to you with some information in regards to something for you to ponder on. And keep in mind, as a disclaimer, um, I'm the type of individual that values privacy, but as always, it's about stepping outside your comfort zone and more importantly, sharing information so that we can all learn and grow. And so there's always situations in my life that I experience where I feel that someone could listen to the story and take whatever information that's necessary out of it. And so we're going to speak on something that, especially when I deal with social economics, traditionally in diverse working communities, conversations like these can get a little tricky. But I focus on what my calling is and what my highest good is to be able to ensure there are win-win deals. So I'm going to step into the fire, if there even is a fire, just so information can get out there for seeds to be planted. So today's topic is there is opportunity amongst capitalism. There's opportunity amongst capitalism. And this particular subject of conversation is in regards to urban core development and urban core development and how urban core development influences and plays a role in the transformation, particularly in working diverse communities. Some use the term gentrification, while others use the term revitalization. The term revitalization comes into play because there is a transfer of income levels from traditionally a working community, if you will, I almost want to say a working blue collar community, to a higher class white collar community. And thus the perception, be it true or not, of gentrification becomes manifested. So when we're talking about urban core development and working diverse communities, there is opportunity amongst capitalism. What are you talking about? What is the situation? What are you talking about? Well, there's a situation that I came across, nothing to do with me in any particular way, but an opportunity to look at things from a different perspective. So a situation where in urban core development, this property, and maybe even the land, but this property has been approved for development. And what happened was the development is in a working community, diverse community, working diverse market and community, if you will, that most people say we don't want those type of developments because it's going to change the character and the demographics of the neighborhood, mostly. So there's some other reasons, but that's going to come back to me in a minute. But we don't want that, and also we need more affordable housing, which is another conversation we'll get into at another time. But more so, we need more affordable housing. So this particular project is underway, and this particular project, come to find out, I could be wrong, but it looks like it's for sale. So this project is underway in a market where economic growth is prevalent and obvious, and this particular development is in prime territory in regards to the growth of said municipality. And so my idea when I saw this information, or what came to my mind when I saw this information of this development happening, when I saw it on social media, the comments that came up were ill regard to decision makers publicly that helped make the decision of the development being manifested. It was negative comments about that, and really it was almost a, this is why we're upset. And I respect that. You know, you have to be able to express yourself. This is why we're upset. This is why we did what we did. But more importantly, I always keep in mind that it's really up to me that to determine my life, to determine where I go. And I believe the original statement was life, liberty, and property, compared to life, liberty, and happiness, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, life, liberty, and property. Meaning, in this particular capitalistic society of the United States of America, it's about ownership, period. It's about ownership. And so where I'm going with this is when there's a transforming neighborhood, working diverse community, and I work on several boards and advisory boards for nonprofit and community groups that are both legal and illegal as far as their status, if you will. But I'm always ingrained in the community because I want to see the community develop But how I make my money is I work as an advisor and a consultant specializing in community relations for employers and real estate developers, particularly in urban core development. And I assist them with community engagement to make sure that there are the least amount of waves and the most transparent information being communicated on both sides. That's the value that I bring for the private sector as well as the public sector. So in this particular case, I see the comments, oh, this property is for sale. It's in our neighborhood. This is why we got this individual out of there. And I respect all of that information. I respect it all. But as the comments were coming out, not one time did I see someone say, hey, this is an opportunity for us to buy this property under our nonprofit or for-profit status and to bring money back into our community. Because most individuals continue to rely on the public sector, the government, to provide all these resources. And they get upset when the private sector doesn't provide enough resources. And we got to keep in mind, at the end of the day, it's not their responsibility to take care of our neighborhood. It's not their responsibility to take care of our community. It's their responsibility for the private sector to create and increase and maintain jobs opportunities, as well as the public sector's job to enforce regulations, as well as legislation that will deliver the best quality of life for an individual. Outside of that, there is no other obligation. And so when we're looking for the public and private sector to change the income status of our community, especially in diverse working communities, you're going to find out you're going to get more frustrated than you are the opposite expression. And so my point is, look at the comments, and it's all this negative connotation, but no one once said, hey, this property's for sale, how do we buy it? And preserve and take the proceeds to put back into the community. I mean, this development's coming. It's already zoned for it. The process is done. But here's an opportunity for you to have ownership or to bring ownership to your community and deliver that money back to the community. So, and indirectly, because it's coming, come to the place. Come live and spend your money. Great, because you know why? The money's coming back to us anyways. You know, so those are the things that we as leaders have to keep in mind when it comes to truly making transformation for our community. Because if not, individuals like me, who have a compassion and a heart and perspective for the community, because I'm an individual that doesn't like to take on risk and liability, I'm the type of person that will go ahead and broker the deal to other private sector financial institutions to say, hey, here's a property for sale in a prime market, but if you can, are you able to deliver or donate X amount of percentage of proceeds to the community? That's the best way that I feel I can give back, you know, and all the private sector institution can say is yes or no. But what will happen is someone like me, by brokering the deal, will make money from it, and also I can try my best to give back to the community by ensuring that the new owners are giving back to the community. You know, if not, the same outcome is going to continue to be there. Someone else is going to buy the development and do what the development is supposed to do, which is make money. But how is the money made and how is the money being transferred are the things that we have to keep in mind. There's a lot more that goes into this, but I'm going to wrap it up here. If you feel like this information was worth anything to you, I thank you in advance for visiting my Cash App link and providing what you felt this message was worth. www.cashapp.com/$E1Connect. I put the link on there. Because I am a self-employed individual, and so those monies help as well. If you are an employer or a real estate developer and you felt like this content was of value to you, feel free to reach out to me through www.e1connect.com to see how my growing firm can keep the waves down and ensure win-win deals between you as an employer and the community residents, and you as a developer and the community residents. Meaning, if you're an employer, you need residents to get jobs. One of the skills that I bring to the table. If you're a developer, you need to make sure that there's community buy-in. And there may not be no buy-in, but you need to make sure that you can increase and maximize that opportunity so you can at least hold your head up high in the development deal. If you are a community leader looking to become more of an influence in your community through business, through capitalism, through cash flow, through income, feel free to click the link to fill out some information so I can reach out to you, because I will be starting this webinar pretty soon. The content is coming to show you how you can build a more better, productive working relationship with the public and private sector to increase your customer base. Very important you know how to do it. And the how indirectly reflects your why as well. So reach out, anyway, just take that information, feel free to share it. But again, some things are just out of our control. But when they pop up to where we can control it, especially through property or through ownership, you have to take advantage of it, because if not, someone else will take advantage of it and it may not go in your favor. Donovan Hylton, I'm the CEO of Hylton Elite Marketing Agency, your full-service sales and marketing firm based in Nashville, Tennessee, that specializes in business development and community relations, particularly helping the public and private sector do a better job of connecting and working diverse communities and working diverse markets. So check us out. Self-employed, we're learning as we grow, but there's a need. And I'm also going to attach a link as to why self-employment could be a good fit for you, and how the current administration has set up financial regulations to benefit the private sector and to benefit self-employment. So we got to change our paradigm. We have to shift our paradigm. We have to take what we do to the next level. A great community leader in Metro Nashville spoke and made a statement that, it's great to have money, but at the same time, when it comes to you controlling and influencing your community, your neighborhood, you have to make sure that you have ownership. So if you're flashing X amount of dollars around, that's great, but what are you doing to control your land? What are you doing to control your property? Because those are the things that elected officials look at and listen to, and those are the things that the private sector business owners and executive leaders honor. Donovan Hylton, CEO of Hylton Elite Marketing Agency, thanking you for your time, congratulating you in advance for a successful personal and career life, and always remember, we're more than just marketing.